Welcome to this Skill Builder session on referencing.
By the end of this short tutorial, you will be able to understand what referencing is, why you need to do it, and how you need to do it. What is referencing? It's the act of letting the reader know where information was taken from. It is the referring or mentioning of the source of information. Sources could be books, academic journals, government or legal publication, images, performances, videos, computer code, stats, data, and so much more. And it could come in a variety of formats: printed, online, audiovisual, real life. All of these need to be mentioned in your text when you use them. Each source needs to be mentioned at least twice. Once in your text, which is called the in-text citation. For example, Stafford and Jones, 2019, suggests that. Or if you do not want to mention the author's name as part of your sentence, you finish your sentence, needs to be reformed, and before the full stop, include the in-text citation. The source then also needs to be mentioned after your text in the reference list. And here would be the details for this particular source. Why do you need to do this? Telling the reader where information was taken from is an integral part of academic work. This means you are able to demonstrate your reading and your research, your hard work. You can show off your understanding of the topic. You can demonstrate to the reader, to the person who's going to mark your assignment, that you understand what you're talking about and that you have found the relevant resource material. But there's more. You also would like to protect yourself against the accusation of plagiarism. In effect, anything that is not referenced in your essay or report or other assignment is assumed to be your own work. So copying and using other people's work without citing the source is considered plagiarism. And accusations of plagiarism can have very serious consequences. Let's look at an extract from Stafford and Jones. This box contains two sentences. The first sentence does not have an in-text citation. We can therefore conclude that this information is the writer's own ideas. The second sentence ends in an in-text citation. In this case, we have the number 37 in square brackets before the full stop. This indicates that this information comes from a source. If we want to find out which source it is, we need to go to the reference list. In the reference list, under number 37, all bibliographical details are listed according to the relevant referencing style. Using a source. When you're doing your research and you come across passages, text, or information that looks useful to you, you may want to decide what you'd like to do, whether you want to quote it, paraphrase it, summarize, or just mention it. This depends very much on the type of material and also what you're trying to achieve. If you'd like to find out more about quoting, paraphrasing, and summarizing, please listen to the relevant tutorial. Remember, you need to always include an in-text citation and an entry in the reference list, whether you quote, paraphrase, summarize, or just mention a source. You will have noticed that there are different referencing styles. At the University of Kent, we use 8 different styles. Which style you use depends on what you are studying. For this short tutorial, I have used the author date style. in this case bracket Stafford and Jones 2019 bracket closed, which would be the Harvard style. I've also used the square brackets at the end with the number, which is the endnote style, which would be IEEE. Another style you will come across is the footnote style, where you finish the sentence, then include a superscript which corresponds to a footnote at the bottom of the page. This would be, for example, Oscola or MHRA. What you need to do is check with your school which style you should use. Once you know which style you should use, you can go to Cite Them Right. You will need to log in with your Kent login and find out how to write up the entries for the bibliography, because in each style the information may be lined up slightly differently. You should now have a better understanding of what referencing is, why and how you need to do it, and that you need to use your school's referencing style. For more in-depth information about referencing and avoiding plagiarism, please go to DP 1025, Understanding and Avoiding Plagiarism on Moodle. This is an interactive tool that you can use to familiarize yourself with rules on referencing and avoiding plagiarism. If you have any further questions or would like to speak to an advisor about referencing, please get in touch.